What are some things they should keep in mind when being asked about finances if their only source of funds is a loan?
It's a really important thing to think about. When a loan is the primary or sole source, then the officer is also going to think about, is this student going to be able to repay the loan? Now, of course, the team at wherever you receive the loan, MPOWER or somewhere else, is going to have considered that as well, your ability to pay back the loan. That's part of it. But the officer is going to be thinking about, can this individual realistically, once they leave the United States after finishing their education, will they be able to repay this loan? And the reason that they think about that is if there is concern that the student might not be able to do it, that actually might be an incentive to remain longer in the United States, maybe to work without authorization in order to work to pay back the loan. And so really, if you're preparing to go for an interview and this is the case, then you need to have a clear and solid answer to the question of what is your plan for repaying. That might have to do with the type of work that you plan to do when you finish your education. You should have a good sense of what kind of income that would likely generate for you, either in your home country, in your region, for example, or if you are targeting maybe a third country, such as somewhere in Europe or in Asia that might offer higher income. So you should be able to talk in at least generally about what you could expect to earn when you finish your degree and move into the professional ranks. That kind of information shows the officer that you have taken on something that you are prepared to address, that you've thought through it, and that you're not basing your loan on the ability to stay in the United States and work, either while you're in school or after you finish. It's important for me to note here that there is a bit of an inherent conflict because programs like OPT and CPT, as well as work authorization visas like H-1Bs, are perfectly legal and available to many F1 students when they finish their educational piece. But in the law, it also says that a student, somebody trying to qualify for a student visa, has to show that they will depart the United States. They will leave the country once they finish their education. And so there's this little bit of a tension between them. In order to qualify for an F1 visa, the officer must be confident that your plan is to depart the United States when you finish your education. If you plan to pursue OPT or CPT or even potentially an H-1B, it's okay, but I recommend talking about that as opportunities that you will consider if they are available to you and not as the sole plan for paying back your loan. The reason for that is, number one, you're not guaranteed any of those, but it could suggest to the officer that your real goal in entering the country is to find a way to stay and work. And that's not something that an officer is going to view as favorable when considering your student visa application.